Hi everybody, my name is Shannon and welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. My channel is all about yarn, knitting, crocheting. I talk about weaving, but I've never shown any weaving and I haven't done weaving in decades, so whatever, right? But it's yarn related, stuff along that line. And it's just enjoyable, right? Who doesn't love yarn? I mean, come on. It is so wonderful. We let our creativity go wild, whether you're using a hook or you're using two knitting needles or circulars or whatever you're using to make it happen. Well, today's Friday, and I have been calling Friday Fun Size Friday for months now. Yeah, it's definitely been months now. And the goal was to make a cute little something every week. And most weeks I've done it. I've got, you can see all these up here. I've got all these little critters and everything, right? And yesterday I was talking about my Thursday video and I'm working on, look, I got a little turkey going on. It looks like a bowling pin. And don't worry, it'll grow. It's got pieces. And last week, Friday, I was showing this. This is in progress, my anglerfish. Now I did pin where I think the eyes should go. And I think that's a good spot for them. And they will get safety eyes in the center here. And I pinned where the teeth are and I pinned the little lip down and everything. I still have to make the little side fins and then this long thing right here because it is an anglerfish. But I started it. I did. Well, where'd it go? There it is. Here, I've got it started. It's just this little ball at the moment. And then I think I've got one more round to go. And then I'll start doing the, the other part and everything where it just kind of goes like a hook down like that. It has been surprisingly a biggie. It's been a biggie week. It's been surprisingly a very busy week. I mean, we all have things in our lives. It's not an excuse. It's just reality, right? Doing our crafts is fun. No pressure. So yeah, I tried to get it done. I'm exhausted. I barely keep my eyes open right now. If you're wondering, that's what I'm making. It is in the Zumigurumi Favorites. This is their top 30 book. Favorites, the 30 best loved amigurumi patterns. I'm not going to lie. I have flipped through this book. I have shown this book in previous videos and they're not joking. That really is like the best of. There are so many cute things in this and they're not the little tiny ones. These are your bigger pieces, right? You can see that. These are your bigger critters. I've been doing the smaller ones, which I can do in a week, but those are something that with everything else, it's not going to get done in a week. It's okay. The other thing that's been getting me, oh my goodness, it is so close to all the holidays. I mean, I just did some shopping. I know that's not yarn related. There's been a lot of yarn shopping. My husband has been watching my videos and he's been pulling up the credit card and he's ordering. So I got stuff coming. He's amazing. I mean, oh my gosh, he's amazing. But I went to Sam's Club and because it's next week is Thanksgiving and, it's like, wait a minute, there's things and I don't want to go like the day before. And, I'm picking up some things, crescent rolls, different stuff. Got to have green bean casserole. How do you make your green bean casserole? Do you make green bean casserole at your house? Do you make it fancy? So ours is, I mean, it is just straight up canned. It is. So it's a 2-to-1 ratio. 2 cans of green beans, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. 2-to-1 ratio. 4 cans of green beans, 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup. You mix that together. You throw in that crunchy French fried onion stuff, you bake it. That's it, right? Everybody in my family absolutely loves it. And it was funny one year. My daughter was going to her in-laws' household and everything for Thanksgiving. And somebody else had said, okay, I'll go ahead and make the green bean casserole. Because, every family does things differently, maybe potluck style or what have you. So this person put a lot of love, care, and effort into their green bean casserole. They went out and they got fresh green beans and they cooked those and they did all their other stuff to it. And, the green beans had a little bit of a crunch to them and everything because, they were very fresh. They weren't canned and, that type of thing. And my daughter was so disappointed. There were other people who were disappointed. The casserole was good. It's just not what she was expecting. So that's the joke. It's like, hey, who wants green bean casserole? Do you want fancy stuff or like mom makes? Straight from the can, throw it in. They're like, mom makes. And the other one is cranberry sauce. Does your family eat and or like cranberry sauce? And if they do you make it fresh or do you just get the canned cranberries, open the can and you just get it goes and it's in its can shape on your platter, that type of thing. Do you serve it where it's just can shaped? So we joke about that too, because you can get the cranberries that are with the berries in it, or just the jellied and the canned shape and everything, and you do the slices. That's what my family likes. Now, my daughter-in-law, her family makes cranberry sauce from scratch, and I'm not going to lie, it was spectacular. I'm not normally a fan of the cranberry sauce, but that stuff was amazing. So she's going to make that again this year. But don't worry, we still have the can. We have to have the can. You put it in the refrigerator the night before and forget about it or whatever. It's got to be cold, and that's how it's served. And it's so funny because when my mother-in-law helps, if she's visiting and everything, I'm looking forward to her next visit. She's wonderful. And, for slicing it, she would slice it kind of like mash it, or whatever, and try to make it all fancy. It's like, no. You leave the can shape. Just don't mess with the can shape. This is it, I don't know if anyone else does that, but we like our can-shaped cranberry sauce, right? You just put it on a plate just like that, and it's on the table with everything else. You have this can shape of cranberry jelly. I mean, it's like Jell-O, whatever. Yeah, so that's just some of the fun stuff. Fun stories, right? Fun stories for Thanksgiving. But yeah, I was thinking about that, and all the stuff that goes on along that line. It's like, what are we going to make? What are we going to bring? Obviously we'll have the everyone's going to come to my house, right? Because we're grandma and grandpa, Nana, Papa, right? All the kids coming here, right? And, we'll have a turkey. And I think if one of my sons gets another turkey, we have a turkey cook-off. And he was talking about doing it and putting the turkey in a brine and bringing that. And he might come over and smoke it because we've got a smoking grill. He might do that. And then I put mine in the oven. Well, I say I put mine. My husband normally does the turkey. He does the Thanksgiving meat. That's our routine. I'll do the sides. He does the meat. But when we have the two different meals, we have a cook-off. It's like for Christmas, if we can get a ribeye roast that's decently priced, you know how that goes, right? If we can get one that's decently priced, I'll get that and I'll cut it in half and I'll give my son half of it, who is good. He knows how to cook, right? And I'll give him half and I'll have half, and that way we're guaranteed that between either one of us, something's going to be really good. Because, inevitably, every once in a while, one's a little drier, or one's a little this, or one's a little that. And there's definitely been years where whatever I've cooked is better. And there's been years where he has just hands down beaten me. So it's always a lot of fun. We have our little internal having fun. It's like the potatoes. We did that with the potatoes too. We both made potatoes, and oh yeah, I still bring it up. They're going to laugh at me. I still bring it up. Mine tasted better, but I whipped them and beat them so much. My other son, when he did a taste test comparing him, he said, oh, I like, the other sons, he liked the other ones better because they're homemade. Mine were instant. They weren't instant. It's like they taste better, but they're instant, so they're not as fancy. So we keep talking about that. I had just whipped them so smooth and everything that there were no lumps in it. So yeah, we have fun. We have fun for Thanksgiving. But I'm looking at all the holidays and everything else and Christmas presents. And I have, obviously Christmas, December 25th, but we have birthdays also. I've got November, December, and January birthdays for the majority of the family. So even if you're, not into Christmas in any way, shape, or form, there's still birthdays. And just about everybody right there at the end of the year. So I'm trying to figure out, am I going to be insane enough to try to make birthday socks? If I have enough socks, I give the kids socks for their birthdays and for Christmas, because I hand knit the socks every year. And I've got, well, if you haven't seen any other ones, this is one of them. This is my Christmas sock. I only have the one right now. I do have the second one on the needles, but this is an example of some of the hand knit socks that I work on. And I try to get at least 10 pair done a year. I think I've gotten 8 finished, but I had some in my bin. What I do is I have a large bin of socks, and I'll pull that out. And that's, yeah, it's one of these bins right here, right? Like that. And however many socks are in it and everything. And then if it fits the person, they can choose that. Right? You know, because we all have different size feet. And what doesn't get picked that year, it just stays in the bin, and it's used for either birthdays or something along that line. So I was taking stock of that, and I'm like, oh, I gotta lay off these me projects or fun projects like that. We're at crunch time. We're game time, right? You know, and I'm like, am I gonna do Christmas ornaments this year? Yeah. I gotta make some gnomes, right? It's time to make the Christmas gnomes, right? Put those all over the place. Last year, our Christmas tree was decorated. I had, I think we put some holly berries on it and some poinsettias, so it was white. We had 2 trees. I know, crazy. We had 2 trees. I know some people, that's their norm. This is the first time we had 2 trees. We've been in this house a little over a year. So last Christmas was our first Christmas, and we got one of those really thin, like a pencil tree, and it was flocked white and everything, you know. So it's like, I don't know why, I just really liked that not normally, but it really hit me last year. So it was a flocked white, and it was a pencil tree, and we had it next to our TV because it looked like it wasn't going to be a huge space. So when we put it there, it didn't fill up the space as much. So we left it there and we decorated it, and it was nice. Like, yeah, it's not cutting it, right? So we brought that one upstairs and everything, and it fit really well where we have it. We have the tree skirt and everything else, you know, and it's decorated one way. And then downstairs we got another one, white again, right? You know, and we decorated it with a lot of predominantly red ornaments. You know, I had cardinals, and I had the holly berries, and I had different things with red. So you had the white tree with all the red ornaments, and I like that. I don't know if that's what we're going to do this year, but I liked that. So it was a lot of fun. And the tree that was upstairs was 100% all handmade things that I've done throughout the years. So I'd kind of like to do that again, having the handmade tree, and then maybe something along that line. This is the first year we've ever done themes. So that was fun. And we have stairs in our house and everything. So then I wrapped the banister with the garland and the holly berries and stuff. And I think we could put knit or crocheted gnomes and things if I chose to. But yeah, so I've got a lot of projects that I've got to work on that are more towards Christmas geared and getting my stuff ready, and you know, this pressure we put on ourselves, it's crazy. It's one of those, I find it funny because I do it every year. Historically, the November, December time period, I am crunch knitting and crocheting. I really am. Oh, and then I just add insult to injury. So I do a lot of knitting, which is slower, you know, because that won't add stress. And, you know, so I'm doing all that. And I do a lot of productivity historically in that November, December time period. January, I might get to January 15th. It's crash. And then, you know, I'm still working on things from January till about June, but not frenzied. Really, really relaxed and laid back. You know, it's kind of like, yeah, I'll get to that. It's okay. You know, the productivity's down. And then for some reason, I'll pick things up and really start going in that July time period. Yeah, that's historical. That is a funny thing, because I used to, at different times, I would write down, and I had charts like, yeah, I did at least 100 projects in a year, right? And, you know, doing that type of thing, or going through at least 100 balls of yarn in a year. And, you know, I definitely made it. So I was able to track what my historical, working on things. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, there's a pattern. There's a pattern. And it wasn't just 1 year, it's throughout the time period. So I am in crunch time. And Thanksgiving snuck up on me. It is next week. Holy cow, it is next week. And then it's like you turn and there's Christmas, right? Knocking on the door. Right? It's just, I don't know. So I'm gonna work on my other stuff. That's all there is to it. I'm gonna try to get some of that stuff done. That's why I only have this little tiny bit. Oh, that's the other thing. So my sister called me today. That's all I got on the tiny angler. And she called and she's like, I want the fish. I'm like, what fish? What are you talking about? I wasn't expecting that, right? She's like, what are you talking about? That fish that you're making. Oh, the angler fish. Yeah. She's like, yeah, I want it. Like, okay. It's not done yet. She's like, yeah, I know. I watched your channel. It's not done. I get it, but I want it. I'm just making sure I'm claiming it before anyone else gets it. It's mine. Okay. You can have it. I'll get it to you. So I really do need to finish it. So this is really on my list of, I have to finish. It's not just it's kind of cute. No, it's got a purpose. It has a purpose. She wants the anglerfish. She can have the anglerfish. So that works. Tell me down below, what's your point? What day triggers you to realize how close you are to the end of the year? Do you have birthdays and things like that at the end of the year like we do, where it just adds that extra? Birthday presents, Christmas presents. Are you hand making things? Are you going to try to hand make things? What are you going to try to make? Hats always seem like a good one. They can be done semi-quick depending on your pattern, right? Are you going to do that? Are you crazy and insane like I am and you're trying to do socks? Oh my gosh, that's insane. I'm still trying to finish my husband's sweater. Very, very close. Got a cardigan on the needles. I had a lot of stuff going on. Oh, that's what I should do. I should do another video. Pull out all the sweaters I have on the needles. Yeah. You do know I don't count all my whips, right? I don't count them all. I only count what I'm actively working on. But I was thinking about it the other day of how many sweaters, actual adult size sweaters, do I have in progress? And how close are they to being finished? Some of them are pretty close. Others have a bit of work. It's like I get the whole body done. Hey, the body's not tiny, right? Get the whole body done. And I'm working the sleeves. I've got at least one where I've got one sleeve partial and the other's not yet. And, I've got one sweater where I've got the sleeves and I don't have the body. I've got another sweater where I've got the body and I don't like the band I put at the bottom. So I got to rip that out. And I still need to do sleeves, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, what is it with me and sleeves? I really thought the sweater I started and I did the sleeves first, I would get it done faster because the sleeves are out of the way. But then when I got the sleeves done, I'm like, whatever. And I started something else instead. I think I'll do that. I think I'll just have to grab all of those up and everything and, do a share and shame. It's like, look what I've got. Here you go. But yeah, I do. I only count the projects that I'm actually working on. Everything else is, if it gets done, great. And if it doesn't, it's just a yarn waiting to be reclaimed. Like a sock blank, like the knitters have the sock blanks and everything. It's like, yeah, it's like that. It's just ready to be reclaimed. We got this. It's okay. I make a lot. I finish a lot. I just don't finish everything, right? Life's short. I have fun. I don't finish everything, but there's a lot that gets finished. There's no doubt about that. Oh, and yeah, there's a lot of yarn sales right now. Don't go looking. Don't go looking. And if you're already signed up, don't check your email, right? Just don't look at your email because one is better than the other and they're competing with each other. And it's just absolutely crazy. And if you like Knit Picks yarns, they've got their big sale going on right now. Joann's has sales. I've been getting notifications from Michael's. My husband bought me yarn from Arcane Fiberworks. Oh yeah, that's some nice yarn, right? They've got all of that. And I just recently got a huge box from Hirschner's, right? You got all this other stuff. And I may or may not have bought some yarn to make my husband another sweater, and I don't even have the sweater done for him that I promised him like years ago. But it was on sale. Yeah, because I needed it. Yeah. And guess who's probably going to hold me to actually making that sweater? Oh my gosh, you guys should hear him. I'll be working on something and sitting next to him. We're sitting on the couch and everything and watching his stupid videos or whatever and cracking up, right? And he's like, that's not my sweater. And he's looking down like, he's looking down. It's not, that's not my sweater. That's, what are you working on? What is that? That's not my sweater. Why aren't you working my sweater? You should be working on my sweater. Or he's gotten to where he'll go and get it in my yarn room and bring it. And it's close to being done. So it's a big project, right? I can't take it. Well, I can take it with me, but it's not my travel project. When it was just the sleeves, I took it with me. When it was just the, body at the beginning, I took it with me. But not right now. It's close to being done. And he'll go get it and he'll bring it to me, like, here's your present. Here, just, and he's so proud of himself when he does it. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty doggone cute. It really is. I'm like, okay, I'll work on your sweater, yeah, it's absolutely adorable. So I like spoiling him. He spoils me, I spoil him. He's gonna get a sweater, and then I think we're gonna go look through some books and everything, and he'll probably get something else, that type of thing. It's like, well, what type of sweater do you want now? And I'll probably be kicking myself because that's just what we do. It's just what we do. It's what we do when we love people. It is. We promise them things and they hold us to it. It's just crazy how that works. Yeah, I don't know. It's just fun stuff. Maybe I will dig things out tomorrow. Come back tomorrow and I will show you all my sweaters. I will show you. I will admit to them. I will pull them all out of boxes and bins and I will admit to them. And you can see how close I am. And yeah. I've got some really nice projects in the works, and you can see why they're on hold, because right now it's knitting for other people and crocheting for other people. All right, everybody, you guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be, and I will talk to you again. Come back, like, subscribe, come back. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.